Hi guys, I hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to tune in really quickly and tell you a little bit about the career that I have been researching, which is marriage and family therapy. Now I know that's a really common track for people with a marriage and family studies major or minor to go ahead and pursue later on as they participate in graduate schooling. However, I wanted to go ahead and address this today just because I do have a close friend, Brian Lords, who used to be a marriage and family therapist. Now he's the current principal of the high school in Rigby, and I used to work with him. And we just had a lot of conversations about marriage and family therapy and his experience in that field. And so I just wanted to go ahead and share with you some of his thoughts and kind of what his experience was as a therapist. If I'm remembering correctly, he was self-employed, and so he really just said like this can be a very busy and demanding and emotional job. It does have a lot of stress attached to it because, unfortunately, there's a lot of clients that come and say they want your help, but they're not willing to put in a lot of work or effort to actually apply the advice and counsel that you give them. And that can really impact the outcome of their experience with you as a therapist. And so he said really that was the main reason he left this profession, was that even though he had this great desire to help these families and couples heal their relationships, that unfortunately not everybody who comes saying that they want help is actually willing to change or to do anything to apply the advice or the counsel that's given to them. And that can just be really emotional for the therapist because they're invested in these families and these couples and they want to help. Now, because he was self-employed, this was a profession that had him work a lot of weird hours. He had to market for himself, and he also, had to be available to hold appointments with clients outside of their normal work hours. And so it also complicated the time that he was able to spend with his family, which was another downside. And then again, because he was self-employed, the benefits from work, like insurance and things like that, weren't really something that he enjoyed. Although if you do work at specific firms or companies, that varies, and there's a lot more available to you as a therapist who works for other companies. So it's not something that should hold you back if you're interested in this field and you are looking for a position with benefits. And other than that, really one of the only other things that is good to know about this field is that you will need a master's degree in marriage and family therapy, and then you need to, after that, pursue the proper certification in your state of residence. And so here in Idaho, that means that you need to take certain exams and have a certain amount of hours worked under the supervision of a certified and licensed therapist here in Idaho. And then after that point, you're only able to practice in the state where you completed all of that certification. So it can be a lengthy process, but despite the clients who don't necessarily always want to listen to you and take your advice, for those that do, this can be a very rewarding profession and position because it allows you to help a lot of people and be a part of this process of watching families and couples heal their relationships and overcome problems that have torn them apart. And so despite its challenges, the successes that are reaped from your efforts are very worth it. And just to kind of top it off, the starting salary range for marriage and family therapists like here in Idaho is around $52,000, whereas if you're a little more experienced, the average tends to be $62,000. So anyways, I really enjoyed learning about this profession. I hope you guys did too. If you have any questions, drop them down below in the comments.